Hello everyone, how are you doing? I am your host Malgaris. Welcome back to the 4th competitive challenge Femmes. Let's open up our first game with... right off the bat, my darling Firebird. Alright then, let's open this episode wide up with some firepower. Alright then, opening up on hang time. Good luck and have fun, enemy player. So get our turbines out nice and quick to get this energy production rolling and flowing. Alright. And expand to the right. There we go. Never really figured out how to use ropes properly, but well, live and learn. Anything I can poke over here? Nothing yet. Alright. They're obviously going for the expansion as quickly as possible, which is actually one of the best moves I believe in this map, because it does tend to go economy heavy if you let it. And I also feel like that's the better approach for me. Don't want to get you on the edge right here. There we go. Sell you off. I strongly doubt I'll be using buzzsaws this soon in the game, so I have some opportunity. There we go. And there we go. Alright. Now, going to expand over here and start building our infrastructure for our EMPs. Do it like this. And like this. For floating energy. There we go. Get my sniper up over here because I'm going to sell off the moment once these turbines start rolling out. Alright, I am revealing I'm one of the Eagle Empire commanders. Which, while I do not like giving away this kind of intel, that's fine. It's time to hit those turbines. I've got some free access to some juicy turbines over there. Building a shield is a good reflex. Unfortunately for you, I've got an EMP. That'll make this not so great for you. There we go. They're building something over there. One EMP shot can instantly destroy a shield, which will cost them a lot of resources. So, I'll maybe slightly lower. They are rebuilding their anti-air, it's just good to know. Gonna move a bit down there. And hopefully this shot should hit the shield. No, it almost did. Bit unfortunate. Alright, now we're in a pretty good position. Looks like a secondary anti-air measurement has come online for them, which is very smart. Diversifying your anti-air makes it less likely to get hollowed out. However, adequate protection is needed for it to be effective. Okay, then expect my EMPs to take it out, but I'll take it with a big smile on my face. These are doing very well. That's what I was talking about. It's time to start arming you up. And these turbines have served their purpose. I'm going to turn you into a smoke launcher. It's not the best transition, I will admit that, but it's a transition. This AB sniper will make my life a lot easier as well. There you go. Okay, they've got some decent defenses up. They're still behind on 2 mines compared to mine 6. It's also time for me to start upgrading some stuff. Flag cans are interesting in this scenario, but I do believe that smoker will be a lot more beneficial. Also carving up my rocket launchers will help their survivability, so let's do that as well. Oh. Yeah, they got multiple machine guns now. Also double armored up, very smart. Makes it a lot more difficult for me to gouge out their defenses. That's what smoke launch is for. To counter the anti-air. At least for moments. Rockets, do your thing. That's what I'm talking about. Pull it down to get my minigunners out. Very important. Also, smoke launch has a very neat feature in that when you activate the Firebird active, which is the command I'm playing as right now, it will actually create incendiary smoke, which will put stuff on fire. So if the enemy has their defenses very tight against their armor on, you can burn out multiple of their defensive structures. They take that diversifying action really seriously, which is good to see. As for me, I'm gonna build a couple of minigunners just to make sure that I'm still on top of their defenses. That's a lot of anti-air. And I'm not gonna breach through there anytime soon. Make sure this is nice and intact. Let's pull down a little bit further and get our flag cannons out. I'm throwing some energy, which isn't nice. We get you out and you out as well. There we go. Alright. It is a bit curious as to what they're producing though. I have a feeling I'll be taking a lot of damage very soon. Ooh, their base is a bit wobbling. Which means I'm destabilizing them to a decent degree. There we go. Alright, that's not the best building style. I think you can see it as well. But it's a building style, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, most of my parts are protected against buzzsaws, so I don't have to worry about that either. That's it. That diagonal shield will pay them a lot of room. It will give them a lot of breathing space rather. My English is amazing today, can you believe that? Alright, with my shot is out, it's time to get this show on the road. They are taking severe damage, which I like to see. But the anti-air is kind of making me a bit miffed. There we go. Just gonna EU. Just make sure that nothing survives these blasts. Make sure my rockets keep firing. Also, now's a great moment to work on their enemy resources. You disconnect the mines. That's painful. That's very juicy. See ya. Yep. That's pretty close to GG, I believe. Stalled anti-air though, building on multiple spaces. I really needed my smoke bomb, minigunners and shotgunners to take out all the anti-air. So yeah, very good job on that. Ooh, an architect player. Alright, not bad, not bad. And that was the first game of the day. Now, let's head on to the second one. Alright, second game we'll be playing as architect. Let's hop to it. Alright. Second game on ledge grab. Good luck and have fun, my opponent. Gonna sell you off. And start getting our technology out. I believe that for this one I'm just gonna go for a big cannon build. Because that's where the strength lies. Also just going to layer up one to get a couple of turbines out. There we go. And bomb a couple of EMPs just deal some disruptive damage. Not deal like lethal, just to keep them busy. Give them a couple of trinkets to play with, so to speak. Also, architects build buildings, I mean like structure, very quickly, which makes her an ideal candidate for like getting some good stuff out pretty quickly while not spending out too much and not falling too much into the trap of building too much infrastructure in the beginning of the game. There we go. Move you up, just like that. Perfect. Alright. Got our tech out, so now it's time for a couple of rockets. I mean EMP rockets rather. And from there we can expand to our cannons. Also, a small little bonus, they get increased storage from basic storage stuff. That's always a nice bonus to have. It's not gonna make a big difference in the long run, but it does make a little bit of a difference. Yep. Just remember, these are not lethal tools of destruction, they're just more to make sure I keep my opponent humble and myself a little bit ahead of what they're planning to do. Now it's time to save up for some juicy munitions plant stuff. The MP can easily hit the two cores from here, and they'll slow down whatever they have planned for me. Okay, I believe that they are playing whatchamacallit. Yeah, they are playing Armadillo. Very hard to door snipe an Armadillo, but this is still fine. There we go, that's one core. Yeah, I do love seeing that. Keep their production busy like this. Like I said, it's not a very damaging build, but it does get the job done to buy me some time. Oh. Alright, just no sorts of anti-air, nothing to worry about. That's almost done. Okay, I'm doing a bit of a risky play here, I'm well aware of that. Yeah, it's some tight anti-air got there. Not gonna get through anytime soon. My technology is ready, so I can start pumping. Oh, well, I can this. I've got to build my third battery. So I've got to improvise. A howitzer would be very effective, would be very nice, but I believe a battery right now is better. Well, how did I not stun that door? I'll never know, but I do suspect some mortar action coming over here. Oh, can't believe I hit that, actually. Battery over here. There you go. That's the nice thing about Architect. It's not OP. It's not like strong, like you don't need 2 batteries for a... That you only need 2 batteries for example, a howitzer. But just a neat little extra bonus. So like, hey. They don't have any active combat capabilities, so just going to make everything a little bit easier on you. Also, their anti-air is doing pretty well. They're pulling in multiple places, which makes it a lot more difficult for me to have a good location. Alright, for this one I'm going to do something that's not very practical, but more novel, if that makes sense. I'm actually going to build a howitzer back here and make the lobbing one. So it's protected behind my main guns in the first place, and also will not get insta-fired by something. They've got a repair station out, which is very nice. My can will soon sing. I will do some good penetrative damage, getting some actual core damage out. I'm very happy that my rocket survived this long. But I don't expect that to be the case forever. Well, I do like to see that. Aim slightly higher. Are they playing Spook? Oh no, they're playing Armadillo. What the heck am I saying? Ooh. 20 mil cannon, eh? Now where did those shots come from, hmm? Okay. That was a big buffer for my howitzer. I'll build a lot faster now. Ooh, that's a bit too high. Good thing got some extra wood out. That'll keep me safe, at least for a while. Alright, that was a flat out misser. That's fine. Single door 20 mil. Well, that's unfortunate. Get you, upgrade you. Let's wait for you to fire. There you go. That should deal damage necessary. Alright. I won't be able to hit the core, but I can sure as heck prevent them from expanding their defenses. Give that person a raise. Nice shot. Noted. Yeah, that actually, ironically, might be a do move for me if I don't do anything about that. So I gotta take it Oopsie daisy. Just put you over here. There we go. That's a door snipe. GG, yeah. Oof, okay. This howitzer doesn't really do its job, because I do want to target the core somehow, some way. So yeah, these rockets, they pay their value in dividends. I'm very happy about that. And overall, they had a very solid defense. So yeah, a GG, a solid game. Alright then, that being said, let's move on to our third game. Still got a couple of good commanders out there. Third game, we are going to be playing as Phantom. Alright then, let's hop to it. Alright, welcome back to my all-time favorite map. It's Spirals. Alright, let's wait for a moment. Looks like they're going for a quick expansion. I'm going to focus on technology first. I'll figure it out from there. Of course, my build here mainly consists of late game lasers. If I'm about to reach that point, I'm already flubbing up, that's fine. Going for early turbines is pretty important. Gonna see if I can poke them down a little bit at least. Keep them humble. Beginning, don't spend too much money on infrastructure. Just enough to remain stealthy and a bit protective. There we go. Yes, moving down south quickly is very important. It's a very smart move. Don't see any hostile snipers just yet, but their economic focus does reveal that I don't have to be threatened by some early game weaponry. Still, they won't make this game necessarily a lot easier for me. This is my weakest map for a good reason. What that reason is, I have no idea, but I'm certain it's a good one. Okay, they're being a bit difficult for some reason. Excellent. They'll give me some initiative. Aha! Dislodging those turbines will buy me some time. I do have to work towards my own end game if I want to win this fight, of course. This is some very poor building style. So let's see if I can at least make it a little bit decent. There we go. Ooh. What you doing over there, buddy? Right, first let me get the silo arts before I do anything else. Also can slice something off over there. That's gonna be Navy sniper, isn't it? Yep. Not going to lie, I got pretty lucky there. Oh, buzzsaw to death. Wait, how? I mean, I know how it happened, but dang. Wait, they didn't even have any storage either. Oh, they went full. Wait, let me just yeah, they were armored up over here, armored up over there. They're upgrading, and the weight was just a little bit too much. Alright, and GG. That was the third game of today. I'm going 3 in a row. That's pretty good. Let's move on to the fourth one. Shockenaugh and Spook. Between the S and the other S. And looks like our fourth game we'll be playing as Shockenaugh. Alright then, let's get to it. Alright, welcome back to vanilla. Nothing dangerous, nothing safe, nothing special, nothing spicy. Just some good old fashioned vanilla. Alright, let's get the show on the road. Now Shockenaugh, very distinct commander, has the ability to burst a lot of damage and deceive a little bit by saying like, hey, I'm building 20 mils, or hey, I'm using fire beams. But you can turn those into a cannon or a laser shot respectively. Because my opponent has a very similar opening as mine, so we're dealing with a decent player, which I love. They might be smelling blood, which is good. Because when you smell good, your opponents will feel your food. Food with a D, by the way. Oh, you better protect that stuff, yeah. They're going for a strong economic build. They get a sniper out this quickly. I believe that they are playing Eagle Eye, which would be not so nice for me. Good one, good one. Alright, looks like we're dealing with a feisty kitty. So for now, we wait, we build up, and we shoot. We don't have any technology investments just yet. That's fine. You're a cannon fodder anyway. Don't reflex repair, because if you do that, you're in for a bit of trouble. That's bad. 39% is good. That'll deal a necessary amount of damage. Let's go a bit stronger and target down those turbines. Those turbines have to be destroyed. Not very good. Once again, 45% this. Oh, they built a little bit back. Normally I memorize the percentages and the angles, so that's a bit of a shame. I am putting my family's name to shame by doing nothing bad, actually. Ooh, a phantom player. Alright. Interesting. Pretty cool, actually. Oh. Lean you back a little bit more. There we go. I need more turbines. Let's get to work on that one. Very nice. Alright, let's move to the front. Maintain firepower until we get our upgrade center. And from there we'll just increase our damage output and our pressure. I don't see any turbines just yet, so I feel relatively safe. Upgrade center is coming out. Gonna need that thing. Move to the front. And build 2 buzzsaws. Fun thing about Shockenaughs, you can also group buzzsaws, which I'm gonna do, because that's very fun. And seeing your opponents die like that is humiliating on one part, but also very fun on the other parts. And I do love myself some fun. So, let's make sure that the pressure will be kept. They are playing Phantom, I know that. No turbines. Oh, frick. Whoa, that was just in time. As Phantom, you can place and displace your weapons. So destroying that at that moment was just the right time to do it. Yeah, I'll put you guys on 4. Oh, you lost a lot over there. Okay, now the other problem is that I have an energy problem right now. That's core damage. That's a pretty freaking dangerous build. Alright, that was not the greatest. So, let's make sure the next one will be the greatest. And keep harassing our opponents. Trying to get turbines off the ground, I forgot to prevent that. Ah, that's awesome. Alright. Okay, it's time to do some mumbo jumbo. Got a lot of metal and not a lot of energy, so let's upgrade my turbines for that one. Okay, so the idea right now is to use buzzsaws to just break through their defenses. Right now I feel like they're convinced that I don't have any frontal anti-air, so I gotta work with that. IT. Also gotta make sure my stuff is not— uh-oh. That's bad. They're building something over there that I am not a fan of. Oh, why do I think I'm not a fan of it? Because it takes way too long. Eye for an eye. I'll accept that. Upgrade all this stuff. Okay, so this is the plan. Use heavy mortars to bait out the enemy anti-air. Make sure my warheads get through and win the game. Come on. Ah, that's really. You can't hide forever. Now we've got some juicy anti-air in there. Nice try though. This should be it. Yeah. As long as I can keep up this DPS, it'll all work out in the end. Oh, luxury machine guns, do ya? Get 2 of these out. They're building up to something big. I am not trusting my opponents. Not even closely, not even remotely. Not even for a splinter of a second. They're covering up. Interesting move. Gotta keep out of production. Make sure they don't get off the ground too much. That was pretty epic. There's something else coming up. I can feel it in my bones. I mean, it's not enough to make my system blow. Oh, whoa, whoa, oh. Oh, whoa, whoa. I'm radioactive. Radioactive. But there is some response coming. So I gotta work on that, because if I don't, it'll be the end of me. I knew it. Getting something sneaky out, were you? Oh, no core damage. They are losing ground. Problem is they can hide things behind other stuff. But if you have no place anymore, then you have nothing to hide. You have no place to hide. It's like playing hide and seek in the open field. That was one tough cookie. GG. Building the termites was the right move. Just maintaining my firepower as best as I could. I could have transitioned into a howitzer, but I feel like we've lost a lot of momentum if I did that. But, you know, win's a win. Looks like we're on to our final game as our Spook commander. Let's get to it. Alright, and ending off with a blast. Let's get rolling on Battlegrounds. I want what my opponent's playing. Hopefully not once again that pesky little Pinterest player, cause gosh darn it. That's a hard sell for me, my friends. Let's get this one out. Get technology out so we can place our beam technology ASAP. Mine? Okay, because they're going for a good economic focus build. It's very nice to know. I'm also building up to my lasers, which I do love to play on this map. It's not the best build, but it's a build. And sometimes that's what counts. Of course, 2 turbine openers, very nice. Looks like they got their armory out as well. I'm gonna get my 3rd turbine out over here. There we go. Interesting. They're building up to something decent. Oh, they might be going for that expansion over there. Smart. Good pacing, good pacing. I might have been a bit too premature on this one, I'm afraid. No, it's fine. So get this one out, build my rebuild my 5th and then my 3rd mine. And from there, we're good to go. Let's wait. Let's wait. Mine. Oh, they're bulking up. It's good to know. Mine and okay, they're playing overdrive. I haven't seen upgrade center just yet, so let's wait for that one. And mine. There you go. All right. Now it's time to slowly prepare infrastructure for our inevitable laser onslaught. Yep, they're nice and bulked up at the front. Here comes the upgrade center. do that. Flag. Okay, they might be going for some shotguns, I'm afraid. I see. Alright. Mayhaps shotguns and missiles, shotguns and rockets. It's just a single flag gun is worrying, but it's not the end of the world. So that's what they're building up to. It's not gonna be good, that's for sure. Oh, I actually got my laser at a pretty decent time. Yeah, it's okay. Could have been better, but it's decent. They're floating some. Going for another flag. Out. Gander. Out wager. Hostile shotguns are coming out. That means that I am in some significant danger. Thing about shotguns that they're quite fragile. I mean, they are for tier 2 standards. They're not that strong, but that does make them less threats. But I can mitigate enough damage, so that's a good thing. Also, if I could slice off over here, that'd be very, very funny. That would be like a very big lol moment. So actually, I'm gonna invest some stuff into that. First, my fire beam. That's more than acceptable. Munitions plant. Ooh, I see. They're going to try and maintain control and damage. Okay, okay, I see. I respect that. Okay. If I can slice him off, if I can destroy him over here, make him collapse. Super turbines, okay. Thank you, they're not rockets. From there, I'm just going to slowly and naturally build up. Can build you over here. Is that a shotgun shot? Dang. That's super turbine. Okay, their economy is in full swing. I'm also going to extend you over here. Expand slowly, because those shotguns can really mess up my turbines if I don't. Now let's wait till my technology finishes. There we go. But I can easily assume the worst of this one, because oh my heck, they're preparing a large strike force of something. Slice them off over here, collapse their structure, and we'll start paving our way to their main bastion. 1, 2, 2, 3, and 4. I also get some more storage, right? There we go. Next up is an upgrade center. I've got storage now. That's a bit sloppy. Whoa, what happened there? That's pretty nice. I'll take that. Gladly. That's deflection. Alright. I think I know my strategy. That's not my strategy, but thank you for asking. Storage isn't too high, apparently. Alright, and this calls for some hot air action. They didn't have any of their other strongest technology out just yet. So I'll use that opportunity to further disrupt them. So I was worried about. Do have some decent storage right now, but my production needs to go up ASAP. They are rebuilding their stuff, which will buy me a lot of time. And I think 2 heavy mortars will, oh yeah, 2 groups of heavy mortars will do a trick and dislodging that little thing up there. Because you're only as strong as you can maintain your defenses. So if they can't maintain their defenses, or if they can't maintain their economy rather, I'm in a pretty good spot. So, let's go be my strat. Also, I'm producing a pretty weak stream right now. Alright. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. That's what I need. I don't see any other weaponry that they have, and they're spending a lot of resources on their fancy shields. 20 mil cans are on the way. So let's make sure that these are lobbers. Aim high, don't give them enough opportunities to use 20 mil. Don't give them enough opportunities to use their anti-air properly, and from there we'll expand it. Uh oh. That was a bit scary. Okay. They might have built a 2mm cannon, I can't tell. What I can tell, however, is that my mortars are ready to fire in a moment. Just let them make them think that I am not that good a player, because apparently I'm not. And turn this to background bracing. And you guys will be opening fire. That's good angle. That's good angle. I'm gonna maintain this angle. Grab them as much as I can. Okay, maybe slightly more. There we go. Okay, so you have to hit harder, you have to hit less hard. There you go. Oh no, are you kidding me? That should have been a hit. Should have been a hit. That's a bit disappointing. I'm gonna cover you up though. Alright. That's a bit of a high risk play, I recognize that, but I think a couple of warheads will do wonders against this composition. I didn't see any frontline defenses. That, however, is a bit more effective. Yep. Yep. Thank goodness they lost one of their 20 mils, because the damage would have been severely more if I didn't protect myself like this. Alright. It's fine though. Ooh, glad I took you out. Alright, those 20 mils are going to be wreaking havoc in a moment. But I do feel I have some better protection right now. I feel like a couple of those shots missed for some reason. Slowly, make sure that the energy does not become a problem later on. This one's still repairing, that's fine. Oh yeah, I lost battery, that's true. Forgot about that. Now let's wait for a moment. That's gonna hurt. Uh-oh. Are you kidding me? You almost bit the dust on that one. Oh, that's gonna... Is that gonna... Oh no, it didn't collapse. That would have been a colossal disaster if it did. Why can I? Uh-oh. That was pretty scary actually. My energy production got like choked out when those double 20 mil volleys hit. And it's at the identifier because I believe they liked resources. Either way, a strong build, a very scary build, but I'm glad my lasers came out on top. And I won 5 games today. That's pretty freaking cool. I really like myself for that one. Alright then. But that still means I've got a total of 19 losses, which means 38 seconds of planking. Let's hop to it. Alright then, and those were 38 seconds of blanking as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, why not like the video and subscribe for more content. That is all. I am your host Malk Harris, and I'll see you next time. Bye.